Hey everybody, Death Stranding 2 on the beach video guides. This happens to be the first one I'm making. I'm not sure it's going to be the first video in the series, but here we are looking at Rare Specimen Rescuer. You have to turn in an albino animal into the time shelter. So I am at a mine. It's a small mine that is off the coast towards the bottom of the map near the Dowser, and I happened to discover a white Tasmanian devil as I was walking around gathering up chiral crystals and trying to gather up enough resources to start the mine up. And I grabbed this animal and I looked at it when I got back to the truck and realized, oh, it is an albino. It's pure white fur, and I need to return it to the Timefall shelter so that I can hand it directly to churches so they can write a song about it. And here is where it is. So I walked to the end of that strip of land. I just happen to be on the other side of the mine, right there. So that's about the area where I found it, or in between some of those other structures there, and maybe where the tiny little tar lakes are. And there's the Dowser. So that is kind of giving you an idea of the location of it. And the next closest one is Hartman's Lab, which is right about, well, I almost put the cursor on it. But anyway, it is, so it's one of those mines that are kind of off the beaten path here. So then we got an order from the chronobiologist to find this emu and bring it to the metagenomicist, her sister, and her sister in real life. If you didn't know, the chronobiologist and metagenomicist are played by the daughters of Nicholas Refn, whatever his name is, the guy who plays Hartman, and his wife is the aquabiologist, the girl who pukes. That's their actual whole family right in this game, which is kind of funny. So here we are. I don't know if I really show you where it is, but it is part of a story mission you're going to have to do anyway. It is the way that they introduce the metagenomicist into the story. Once you meet the chronobiologist, you get this mission, so you're automatically going to know about this. I put this in here because I wasn't sure if the emu was albino. It really looked like it was, but none of the descriptions on it said anything about it having white fur. I think maybe it was just the way it looked, and maybe I was just imagining it was albino. But here's where it is, kind of in the middle of this kind of craggy area, kind of below the data scientist area, kind of getting close to the ghost hunter and that long river and that area that looks like a thumbs up that usually catches on fire. And we have to bring it to the metagenomicist. So what you do is you bring it to the metagenomicist, and then eventually you get, I think it's a suborder, you can bring it back to the animal shelter. So I went ahead and I waited until I turned both of those in, along with a couple other animals that I had found. I'm showing this also. This is Promising Signs. This is an extra trophy, just throwing it in here. This was the first automatic supply request that the game made for me, and that is just if you purchase one of the APAS perks. I don't remember exactly how they're called, but you go into that menu and you buy all the kind of little, you go through that tree of skills that you can buy from them. This is one of those. It only costs like 20 points or whatever it is, and it'll make automatic supply requests for you. So you just turn that on and you'll get that trophy, no problem. So here's all the animals I'm turning in. The albino is in there, the albino Tasmanian devil. The emu Sam rescued, it looks albino, but as you'll see in a minute here, we're going to turn in the emu first as part of the mission, and then we're going to put in all of the lost cargo and other animals we're turning in, and the trophy won't pop until we hit the screen that has the Tasmanian devil in it. So Lauren is thanking us for turning in the emu. So I don't believe that was. And if it is, and hey, you know, if you're watching this and when you did this story mission, you got the trophy, please let us know. Leave a like, leave a comment. We would love to know. But here it is. We do get the trophy once we turn in the Tasmanian devil. And you notice the trophy image is of an emu. So that's why I thought maybe this is it. Maybe this is the one. It also got us very close to getting to our 5th star. I did a lot of turning in animals once I found out who the animal shelter was. I was really excited about getting these guys to 5 stars. And it's just so easy when you see an animal, you wanna turn it in, you know. Speaking of, if you do not happen to find the Tasmanian devil, and the emu doesn't work for you, we're going to take a look at a couple other things. So the Pioneer has 3 different aid requests that are going to point you to 3 different albino animals. And here we've already marked the first one on the map. It is to, basically all you got to do for all 3 of these is recover a lost cargo, which is not necessarily easy enough. This one's pretty easy because it's just out in the open. The second one, not as easy. You got to work a little harder for it. And the third one, I'm not sure I even know where the lost cargo is. I think I discovered the animal. And who knows, maybe even there's a fourth request, and the Tasmanian devil was the 4th request. I don't know. But we will be looking at all 3 locations. So here it is, lost cargo, very close to where the Pioneer is. He's just off the side there, up that, past a dune or 2. Let me turn this in without hitting any of the porters that are overpopulating the area now. You turn in the white fur, and what I'm going to do here is I'm going to rest in his location. Again, this is captured post-platinum. I went in and I caught this earlier this week to add a little bit more context to this guide. But if you aren't at 5 stars with the Pioneer, you don't have to rest. I imagine it'll probably pop. The next location will be shown to you as soon as you leave. As most of these deliveries and aid requests, when you do them, it shows up right on the SSS as soon as you leave the facility. But I decided to rest there anyway. And here is the next aid request. Recover 1 unusually colored lyrebird tail feather. And you'll notice where that is located and what it's very close to. And I will tell you, it's not precisely where it says it is. But we will take a look at that later. So I happened to mark that on the map, and I was going to head that direction. And I got a few kilometers away, maybe even not even kilometers, and look at that. Yeah, there you go. Didn't even leave his area, and there's the SSS post. So I didn't bother looking at it. I decided to enjoy some ramp jumps before I looked at it, and I went a little too far, and I went past it. So we looked it up, and it's there right on the map. It shows you where he took the picture of the animal, where he discovered it, and that is basically allowing you to go straight to that location, and you should be able to find it. And of course we give him a little like. A couple likes there. Likes for likes. And we turn around, and we can already see it. It's pretty bright, but we can see it kind of by the road there, next to, I think, a lock box. So Sam's going to do a little bit forceful of a tackle here, which is probably unnecessary, but I didn't want it to run away, so I ran towards it. And I also have the boost level 3 suit on from my final Mr. Impossible mission. So he was running a little too fast. But we got the kangaroo, and we're going to take a look at it, and it is going to be described as a rare specimen with white fur. And I'm showing you all of the clues and everything we had to do. So you pick that up and bring it to Church's at the animal shelter. And if you haven't turned in the albino Tasmanian devil, like we happened to discover earlier, this is your first pretty simple way to find one, and generally would probably be what I would suggest, especially if the Tasmanian devil isn't where I showed it to be located, because these animals, I mean, they probably roam all over the place. So it's this is probably a much easier way to locate it. So I did turn it in. I don't show that, unfortunately. Maybe I do show it. I don't remember if I show it here. But this is the next place we're going to go to, that location. And you are going to see that it isn't exactly an easy thing to pick up. Oh, okay, I do show. So we are turning it in, just so you can see it happen. Of course, we're not going to get anything special for it. We're already at 5 stars. We've been at 5 stars for a while. We've turned so many things into the animal shelter. Lauren doesn't even want to speak to us. Now we have to talk to the one dude. Of course, I don't know his name. I should. I don't know, it's something Scottish like Ian or Mike. Who knows? And then, so for the longest time, and I am going to show you, I didn't find the third aid request. It didn't ever come up. But I did discover the animal itself. And again, maybe there's more than one, but I am going to show you where that is located at the end of this video. But for now, we are going to show you the location. Again, at this point, if you've done that first aid request, you don't have to do any more of these. But if you want to collect all of them, or if you happen to pick up this aid request instead, if you want a little bit more of a challenge, here we are at one of the bigger and more complicated brigand camps. This is the one that has the bridge, and it kind of, I would say it's probably one of the largest ones, but not the hardest one. I would think the hardest one is the one in the mountain, in the snowy mountain, because that is the last one you come to, and they hit you pretty hard there. This isn't even the one where they have the suits that like clone themselves, and so that you're all of a sudden you're fighting like 6 of them instead of just 1. But you can see right there the pioneer and the lyrebird tail feather. So this one I actually I had to go in, and I only stunned 2 of the soldiers, the guards, whatever you want to call them. And that is in a different video, because I also got the pizza chef, what's that, necklace, bracelet, Managma, or I don't even remember how to pronounce it. But But that's for one of the trophies that involve the pizza chef and finding out who the real pizza chef is. So I did cut that out of this one because I didn't think it was necessary. And of course, you can see I just grabbed that using the level 2. Are they called the cargo gloves? I think they're called cargo gloves, level 2. Whatever, it's not the climbing gloves, but it's the other kind of gloves that allow you to grab pretty much anything from a longer distance. Otherwise, I'm not sure if you have to climb up into that what looks like kind of a garbage bin, a trailer of some sort, in order to get that package. But yeah, all I did was take out about 2 guards, and then I was able to sneak over and grab it. Again, your location and so forth may vary. And of course, I wouldn't suggest leaving level 3 boost suit on and jumping like that, because we probably damage the cargo. So try not to do that. But again, this was located in the brigand camp, and I want to say it's closest to the data scientist. I think this is because I also think it's where the data scientist sends you to pick something up that's in the brigand camp, and that's when you can find the pizza chef's thing and return it to them. And that's when, after you return it to them, their little facility door opens up and you can go in there to learn a lot. But that's a different video. It will be the next video I'm making in the series here, but it probably won't be the next video in the playlist. Okay, so we have the second aid request. Lost cargo returned to the Pioneer, and as soon as we turn it in, we get a picture of where the white lyrebird is located. And I was very happy about this because I had visited this location a couple times. Of course, I explored pretty much the entire map. And I got to this place and I was like, man, this is so beautiful, and there's nothing here. Why did they create this entire line of beautiful gates? And I forget what the word is for them. I do apologize. And this really pretty area. It's kind of, I don't know, just beautiful. But like nothing happens. You go there and there's nothing there. In the first game, you would go to a place like that and there would be a memory chip. Like that would be one of the 55 memory chip locations. It would be such a pretty place. You might even walk into that area and maybe a song would play. And maybe you would unlock a song, But this game, it's got a couple of these locations that are just absolutely gorgeous, and they were designed to just be there. So look at this. It's beautiful. So we went to the location, and I didn't even need the marker. As soon as I saw the picture, I knew exactly where it was. But if you haven't visited this place, the SSS will notify you where it is located. And I do suggest you pay it a visit, because it's such a beautiful little area. But when you get to the top and you make it to the area where I believe there's a little bit of a pond here or something, at least these cliffs, at least for me. And again, your locations may vary. This might not be where your lyrebird is if you complete this aid request. But I hope it is, because it's such a pretty place. But the bird should be, of course I'm showing you where this is. This is probably unnecessary, but that's how far away the Pioneer is. So you're closest to the Ghost Hunter, and you're kind of on the way to, what is that, the Eastern, it's not a distribution center, I don't know. But there's the lyrebird, we got him. we got the bird, and we're going to turn it into the animal shelter. And after that, I did not see any new aid requests pop in my game. And again, I have done plenty of aid requests. I may have turned that one in already. But looking through the SSS, I don't remember the Pioneer saying, hey, you brought me this fur, and here's where that animal's located. And if that did happen, then I'm sad, because I should have definitely recorded that. I would have put it in here. But I am going to show you in just a few minutes here. As you can see, I'm going through all of the aid requests, and I could not find any more for the Pioneer. Yeah. So best I could tell, I probably already completed the aid request. I just happened to be around and probably grabbed it. Or it might have been one of the many lost cargoes that I have grabbed and turned in, whether turned in person or entrusted cargo to another porter. But and I don't even remember what it was I was doing. Or no, this is capture from much earlier. Yes, that's what it was. I captured this a long time ago. And I was driving around and I see this and I figured, okay, I'll just grab this. I did forget that I recorded this. So maybe I did the aid request, and maybe I stumbled upon this and didn't see the SSS, or maybe the whole reason I came here was to pick it up. Unfortunately, I don't remember, but I will show you the location. So this is an albino echidna, and as far as I can tell, this should be either the first or last Pioneer aid request, or it's just another albino animal that I happened to discover. And I think I put it, did I end up, it's on my back. You know, this was so early in the game, I didn't even realize. Oh, it's because I hadn't picked it up yet. There you go. Rare specimen with pure white fur. Adult echidna. Oh, and here we are. So down below the Hartman's lab, close to the waters, and in the deep area close to the Tar Lake, where you go and you can fight all the big BTs. What the heck are those called? Starts with a C. Anyway, we'll be looking at that at a different in a different video, because that is another specific facility trophy that you complete for the adventurer. We'll be looking at that much later in this series. But anyway, that was the location of the final albino animal that I was able to find. So with this information, between these 4 animals, you turn one of these in at the animal shelter, and you will get the rare specimen rescuer. There you go. Hope this helped. This is, as I said, the first video I'm recording, but not the first video in the series, so we will be looking at a lot more. Hope to see you there. Thanks. Take care.